Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the White Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. And we're doing a rosé episode. It's a beautiful day outside, beautiful day. Got up early, went out golfing this morning so I could get some stuff done around the house, including shooting this YouTube episode. So a lot of people, when it's sunny, start thinking rosé. And let me tell you, we've been selling a boatload of rosé at the store that I work at when the sun comes out. Now, most of us wine geeks like to say, well, you know, rosé is good year-round. I agree with that. However, that is not necessarily the way other people... Excuse me just a second. Had some stuff in the dump bucket. That is not the way everybody looks at it. I think rosé is a great food wine. It goes with a lot of different types of food. Ham, it goes with salads, it goes with lamb, it goes with a ton of things. But we all know that many people drink rosé when the sun comes out. And that is evident in the sales at the store. So we're going to look at 4 rosé. The cool thing about this is we have a rosé from California, we have a rosé from Corsica, France, we have a rosé from the Rhone Valley, and we have a rosé from Portugal. So we're going to get started right off with the Belle Gloss Pinot Noir Blanc Rosé, and it's, I'm going to butcher this, I know, sorry Alan, Oil de Peredrique, and that means Eye of the Partridge, which refers to the color. It's 2018 Sonoma County Rosé, rolls in at $20. I did a Belle Gloss Pinot Noir episode a little bit back. You guys probably remember that. I was very excited about those Pinot Noir. I did mess up on the price of the Dairyman, however. I apologize. That one rolls in at $70. For some reason, when I was looking at the wine searcher, I thought they all came in at the same price of $55, but the Dairyman was quite a bit more. Sorry about that. I missed something. Let's see what we get on the nose. So I get a little bit of watermelon with the rind included. I'm getting a little bit of a peach component, a little bit of mango. Let's see what we get on the palate. So it starts out dry, kind of expands on the mid palate. You get kind of that mango, peach, watermelon close to the rind, not the right part of the watermelon. And then right on the back, and then it dries out on the finish with a little bit of white pepper action on the backside. Very cool rosé, good balance. This is a nice in-between rosé. This is a rosé that people that like them dry will like, people that like a little bit of fruit will like. You know, they make some real fruity rosés, and there's some people that are seeking those out. But the majority of rosé drinkers like to have their rosé dry. So this falls in the, kind of in the middle, but more towards the dry side. Yeah, nice expansion though on the fruit on the mid palate. I like that rosé. $20, fair price. I'm going to go B plus A minus. Let's move on. Now we're going to Corsica, France, or as Marilisa Allegrini used to be part of Italy. She said we were very generous and gave it to France. She was being facetious, of course. This is the Domaine Puli Isle de Butte Chacarello Rosé. So Chacarello is a grape. This is a grape that they evidently originally came from Tuscany. And this baby is very, very pale in color. This rolls in at $14, excuse me. Eric Puli is the winemaker. Color on this is crazy. It's almost white. Let's see what we get on this. Chacarello. 100%. There's a tiny hit of bubblegum. I'm getting a little bit of a honeydew melon. I'm also getting some mango and papaya on the nose as well. and a little kind of kiss of orange coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. Slight hit of bubblegum coming through, which is very common with fairly new rosé. It's not very much though. More of a cross between Bazooka and Bubblicious or something like that. I get mango, I get peach, I get honeydew melon, a little bit of cassava, a lot of herbal component coming through, and a little bit of white pepper on the backside. So this is very herbal and peppery Syrah, which is very common for Chacarello. Make sure I'm Chacarello, yes. And this is also can be prone to be very high in alcohol. However, they pick them a little early. They watch it very carefully so they don't get high alcohol. This is only 12% alcohol, which is kind of cool. The one before that was 12.8, so a little bit higher in alcohol. California, you understand that. Little kiss, tiny underlying watermelon notes coming through on the backside with a little bit of the seeds included, which I find quite interesting. $13 is 20. I'm going to go B plus, A minus as well. I think this is a very good rosé, even though it doesn't look like a rosé. Don't be fooled. I believe that's what it's supposed to be. All right. Let's move on. This is the Beeler PFs, which is Beeler and Sons, Aix-en-Provence. X is the town in Provence. If you ever see AIX, you pronounce it X. Just so you know. Sabine 2018 Rosé, $14. This is 48% Grenache, 19% Syrah, 15% Cinsault, 12% Cab Sauv, and 6% Boule. There you go. So Charles Beeler, he's done some things with Charles Smith from Washington State. The Charles and Charles Red, you may have seen that in the grocery stores. They're standing next to each other. Of course, Charles Smith looks like Sammy Hagar, and Charles Beeler just looks like a really cool hippie dude with a t-shirt on. So this has a lot of Cinsault in it, a lot of Grenache. Really, really cool kind of salmon color, which a lot of people like in rosé. Let's see what we get on those. This also has just a tiny bit of bubblegum, but mostly a very dried herb components coming through. A little bit of crushed rock. Hit of watermelon, a little bit of strawberries. All of those are in there. Let's see what we get on the palate. Kind of nice nose on this one, very floral. Wasn't going to spit anymore. Just to have it, when I taste at the store, when I go to tasting events, we always spit. But as I said, I talked to my friend in London. We talked about it. Maybe I should eliminate that from the tasting. Now this is I like this rosé because it's very complex. You have strawberries, you have honeydew, cassava, melon, kind of very peppery on the backside. A little bit of herbal component coming through. Get a little bit of strawberry. A little bit of orange. A little bit of that orange component kind of hitting on the back of the mid palate. Up through into the finish. These are all excellent so far. I'm going to have to go B plus A minus. I cannot tell a lie. These all three have their own great qualities. Even though they're priced a little bit differently, I think they're all very good. This finish is dry, has a little bit of minerality to it. I'm going to hedge more towards A minus on this one. I like it a lot. Good rosé so far. This is exciting. Now we're moving on to the 2018 Canova Vinho Verde Rosé. This is pretty cool. This rolls in at $10. I pulled this out last because it's so dark, as you can see. I'm a little bit curious about that. This is made from the Espadero and Touriga Nacional grapes. Vinho Verde is huge at the store. Vinho Verde is a white, kind of spritzy, has a little bit of tingle to it on the tongue. The white. This is the rosé. And obviously they give it a little more skin contact than the other two. A lot of people, you know, don't get turned off. Now, see the bubbles coming up? I don't know if you can see that. The bubbles coming up on this. So, dark cherries and strawberries on those. You shouldn't be turned away. Just a little FYI for you guys out there that are watching. Just because it's dark doesn't mean it's going to be sweet, and you can't let that influence your purchasing decision. I mean, I've had a lot of darker rosés. Tavel, which is an area near the Rhone Valley, they only make rosé. All their rosé are very dark in color, and they're usually very dry. Some of them have a little more fruit, but not very many of them. But I get a huge amount of dark cherries, a little bit of strawberry, a little bit of yeah, dark cherries, kind of strawberry thing going on. Let's see if we get on the palate. .5% alcohol. Now this is a cool little rosé. It's very light, not as complex as the other three. It has some fruit up front, mostly dark cherries. You know, like very light. You know, like you squeezed a dark cherry and drank the juice. A little bit of that spritz that you get from Vinho Verde. You know, that little kind of sparkly on your tongue. I get a little bit of rhubarb on the back end of this one. And a little bit of a bark component. Very savory with the fruit. So you have this savory element coming through with the fruit. Very cool. That's a PP wine, porch pounder. Go on the back porch, just kick back, drink it. $9 or $10, $9.99, $10. Low in alcohol, cool wine. You can have that. You can have that with burgers because that's just enough fruit, just enough savory, not herbal, savory component coming through, almost like a bark or. I'm having trouble, like the grape, like a dark cherry grape skin thing coming through. Kind of a cool rosé. Lighter, less complex. I'm gonna go B. Straight up B. Good rosé. You know, not as good as the other three in the sense of complexity. The price is right though, $10. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight up B. I think that's a fair grade for it. I think it's worthy of looking out for and buying. It's don't let the color fool you. Really, I know it's darker. You can see it. It's darker, but it's still dry. But it has that nice dark cherry thing, and it's still dry, which is very cool. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make a comment if you enjoyed this episode. I like the comments, and I will respond to them. You keep watching. And I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.